Hey there, everybody. It's the Nasty One here again, and welcome back to the next episode of the Overdogs franchise rebuild here in the Super Mega Baseball 4. We are in year number 4. And last episode for the Overdogs, we tried to capitalize on our opening day victory against the Beagles and failed miserably as our offense decided to, take a vacation and not come back for game number 2 of the season as we got shut out by the Wide Loads despite injuring their starter, Jerry Capps, very early on in the game and forcing them to go to their bullpen early with Chiron thrown. It did not matter as the Wide Loads shut us down and won 3-0. So now we're going to be still at home here. We're entering our first doubleheader of the season, and it is against the Nemesis, one of the other teams in our division to make the playoffs last season. The Nemesis are coming in here. They'll have veterans Tusker Fuss and Fran Japani on the mound for these 2 games. And for us, we'll have Tarak Smith, who last season pitched really well out of the number 4 slot in the rotation, who we're asking to move up to the number 3 this year. And then in the second game, we will see the debut of rookie starter Mario Klein, as he will be on the mound for us in that one. So it's going to be Fuss versus Smith here in game 1. Let me actually go back and check. Make sure the Nemesis actually did make the playoffs last year. I believe they did. Yeah, they lost in the first round to the Grapplers. That's right. So it was us, the Crocs, and the Nemesis that made the playoffs last year. Okay, good. We're back at it. So Fuss will be on the mound with Tier 2 Meltdown, and for us it'll be Smith with Tier 3 Elite 4-Seamer. And once again, we are at home here. Here is going to be the lineup for the first game. Leading off, it is going to be Reyes Rufo in center, and then Filet Jones in left. We're going to wear our regular home uniforms for this one. Jones is actually in right field today. Interesting. Estrada's getting a start today in right field. Honestly, I'm not that mad at that, but I would rather have Jones in left than in right, because even though Estrada is going to be a slightly weaker fielder than Jones already to start with, Estrada has the better arm, so I want him in right field as opposed to Jones, who is going to be in left with that noodle arm trait potentially. So let's just settle that right now. So it's Rufo, then Jones, then Mira McFarland, the rookie, then it's Carlton Starr locked in at short. Action at second, Nutmeg at third. Dano Yoshida is going to be catching today. He is going to be tense as Crosby is out of the lineup today. And Raul Rash Estrada will start in right field. So the rookie will get his first career start. And here is the lineup for the Nemesis. They'll wear their regular away jerseys for Game 1. We'll switch to the alternates in Game 2. Morton Stamberg will lead us off in left field as he returns from last year's squad. Sack the Song was the big signing offensively for the Nemesis this past offseason, as he has left the Buzzards and has now come over here to the Nemesis, staying in division. He is locked in, and he is playing his backup position of right field. Maximus Donaldson, Mad Max, returning in center field for his second season. Mash Taters again at first. Hito Munshada is still at third. Camilla Cuffingham is still catching here for the Nemesis, despite being tired. Rookie Drapes Leverage is starting at shortstop today, as they did recently release the utility infielder, Flash Ladar. Christopher Ribeye, who was the backup last season, is going to be starting at second base. As remember, Ladar is gone, Ribeye is in, and they also signed Oak Neal as well, another young second baseman to develop behind him. Remember, they lost Javier Haudier in free agency, so he is no longer on the roster. We saw him last episode on the Wide Loads. And then Fuss will be batting number 9. Looking at their bench, they have Ricky Kwan, Naru Buwanga from the Blowfish, who surprisingly is not starting today. Javi Yotter is no longer on the team, I'm noticing. Neither is Jackie Slam. Oak Neal, we know they just signed. Mimori Aoshima is still here as the backup catcher. Walter Volter is now the bench center field option. Okay. Dr. Cornice is going to be their ace pitcher this season. She's already pitched. Burl Chinning is the number 2. He's also pitched. And we know Japani's starting game 4 at 40 years young. In the bullpen, they have Archie Alonso, former Overdog, another former Overdog, and David Diggler. They also have Bob Hurlington IV. I believe we had Rob Hurlington, if I remember correctly. Libby Doe, they brought over from the Sawteeth, and Lawrence Wimple is the only original reliever from this Nemesis squad still here. All right, let's get into it here. Doubleheader coming at you at the Modiod. Game 3 of the season here. First is going to be during the daylight hours. Hopefully that means Game 4 is going to be under the lights, but we will see. Hopefully everyone's doing all right tonight. Let's go ahead and have some fun, eh?
Welcome back to Motor Yard. Mind your step on the sticky floors. It's time for the ball game.
Let's do it. Stamberg leading off in left field, Tier 3 high pitch active, hit this on the season, as he's going to be the leadoff man for the Nemesis today. Smith up with his Tier 3 Elite Four-seamer, coming off a really solid season with an ERA under 4. Not as good as his sub-1 ERA the year prior to that before he came over, but he gets a first pitch out on the four-seamer, so we won't complain. One down here for Sakta, former Overdog, locked in with Tier 2 Powers right-hander, Tier 3 off-speed hitter. In the first pitch, oh, Sakta wanted it, and he's late on it, fouled it off 0-1. If that's not Tier 3 Elite Four-seamer, it's probably gone. Cut her down and away. That's pulled foul by Sakta out in front of it, 0-2. Two-seamer up and in. He gone! Chased it. First punch up for Tarak. Good start to the season there. Smith, 2 down for Mad Max, Maximus Donaldson. Second-year center fielder with Tier 1 durable, Tier 2 bad jumps. Not active here. It's on the base paths. Batting 1 for 7 on the year to start it with 1 RBI. Well, down and in on the first pitch. Lined up the middle. It's a base hit as Donaldson turned on the breaking pitch. And he's going to be on with a 2-out single to keep the inning alive. Mash Tater's up next. First baseman hitting 3 for 8 to start the year, batting .375. No RBIs or home runs yet on the year. Bad jumps active at Tier 2 over at first base, and with a good arm like Daniel Yoshida behind the plate, I do not expect them to try to steal on him. Check the runner. First pitch change it down and away from Smith, low and out of the zone, 1-0. Down and in, rip the first, right at McFarland, holding the runner as she snaps it out of the air, and that ends the inning. Bottom 1, Rufo, Jones, and McFarland coming up against Tusker Fuss. First pitch in there to Rufo is a called strike. Sorry, I was answering a text message real quick. My bad. Stop texting. You need to focus on your streaming. I know. Don't yell at me. I'm okay. There we go. Let that get loaded back in here. There we go. Perfect. All right, we're back. There we go. Perfect. Cool. All right. Alright, back at it here. Rufo facing off against Tusker Fuss, former Grass Eater, coming over here for his first year with the Nemesis here. Tier 2 Meltdown, his trait, facing Tier 2 High Pitch. Change up, turned on by Rufo, hit into the right field corner, but that is going to hang up for Sakta to run it down. 1 out. Next up, going to be left fielder Filet Jones, batting 3 for 8 on the season. First pitch heater on the outside, but it's just off the corner, 1-0. Smith trying to get on here. Heater in there at the knees, 1-1. Why did I say Smith? Who the fuck is Smith? That's in there at the letters. Little hack activates at Tier 3 for Jones. Let's see if he gets one to hit. Curveball down in the way, lined right at Christopher Ribeye as the second baseman puts it away. 2 down. And that is going to bring up first baseman Mira McFarland, rookie hitting 3 for 8 on the year with a 2-run homer. Change up, chased it on the first pitch, right at the ground ball to Ribeye. Christopher makes the play to first, and that is a 1-2-3 inning here for Fuss. To the second, it's Moonshada, Cuffingham, and Leverage coming up. All right, Moonshada up, third baseman hitting 1 for 6 on the year with Tier 3 high pitch. First pitch four-seamer at the knees, fouled back on the chopper, 0-1. Change it down in the way. Fouled back by Moonshada into the screen, it's 0-2. Go down in the way, off the corner, 1-2. Cut her down and in. Pulled it foul, out of play by Hito. Two-seamer up out of the zone, chased it, blooped it over second. Elroy dives just out of his reach, and it's a bloop base hit into right field. Strada got it in, and Moonshada chased a bad pitch out of the zone, but with that high-pitch boost, he muscled it over the infielder. Cuffingham up next, catcher hitting 1 for 7 on the year. Tier 2 contact with right-hander active here. Starting today despite being tired, as she started all 3 games here to start the year for the Nemesis. Go down and in, rope foul, out of play, as Sprinter activated at Tier 1 there. Forcing it down in the way, low and outside, 1-1. Cut up and in. High, 2-1. Two-seamer up and away. Strike called this time on the corner, 2-2. Checking the runner, look over there from Smith. Taking a peek, it's Moonshot though, he's not going to steal. Change up, check low, 3-2. If Hito Moonshot takes off, it's not a steal, it's a hit and run, that's guaranteed. Forcing me down in the way. Hit up the third base line, fair ball past the diving Nutmeg as it sneaks its way up the line. Runner holds at second, his noodle arm activated for Jones. Had he gone, he's probably safe, as Nutmeg also bungled the throw in. 2 on, nobody out here, and here's rookie shortstop Drapes Leverage as he's going to try and come through with his first career RBI. He's batting 1 for 7 on the year, so we don't need to worry about giving up his first career hit. That's already done for us. First pitch curveball down in the way from Smith. Low, ball 1. Peter middle of the plate. That is lined to left of center. That is going to get down. Rufo dives and cuts it off. Great play, Rays. Runner goes first to third as the run scores from second. That is the first career RBI over there for Leverage. First and third, nobody out here for Christopher Ribeye. Second year middle infielder getting the start at second base. He was just signed before this game, so this is his first action of the season. Tier 3 inside pitch is active. Peter away on the first pitch from Smith. Hard hit the second. Elroy there flips the second 1. Star to first. Double play. Love to see it. But a second runner does score. No RBI, though, for Ribeye. It is 2-0 Nemesis. That brings up the pitcher with 2 outs and nobody on. Here's Tusker Fuss, who actually is no slouch at the plate. Cutter up and down the first pitch. Strike called, 0-1. Four-seamer up and away. That is high, 1-1. Change it down and in. That is chopped, slow roller to third. Nutmeg charges in, makes the play to first, and that ends the inning. Bottom 2, Nemesis up 2-0 here after the first career RBI for Drapes Leverage, and a double play groundout drives in a second run. Bottom 2, Star, Action, and Nutmeg coming up. Overdogs have been held scoreless here in 10 innings. Let's see if we can break that scoreless drought. Carlton Star leading off, locked in, hitting with Tier 2 first pitch Slayer. He's batting 500 on the season with an RBI. Change up away on the first one, on the corner, 0-1. Star coming off a game where he hit 3 hard-hit balls, and all of them were either speared by, he was robbed of a home run, he lined out, and then I think he got robbed by a diving play that turned into another double play. Curveball taken low, 1-1, so he just had some horrible luck last game, despite seeing the ball very well as he's late on that high heater, 1-2. Heater away, swung through it, strike 3, first punch out for Fuss. 1 down for Elroy, Tier 2 first fastball hitter and first pitch Slayer. He's hitting 2 for 8 on the season. Peter in the first pitch, pulled by Elroy deep to left center field, but he missed it off the end of the bat. Stamberg runs it down in the gap, 2 down. That is going to bring up Kieran Nutmeg, third baseman, batting 1 for 7 on the year. Peter up, that's a strike, 0-1. Peter up an in, late swing, 0-2, that would have been a strike as well. Peter up, hard, 1 hopper to short, Leverage is there. Throw to first, and that ends the inning, 1-2-3. Fuss is through 2, top 3, Stamberg, Song, and Donaldson do up against Smith. Here's Morton Stamberg. He's 0 for 1 today with Tier 3 high pitch still active. Forcing it down. Let's low. 1-0. 2-seamer middle in. That's inside. 2-0. Cutter away. Oh, right into the nuts of Tarak Smith as he is down and he is holding himself below the belt. Get that man some ice and possibly some smelling salts. Sacked up next 0 for 1 today as that adds. Thankfully, Smith only goes down to tense mojo. That could have been a lot worse. Song struck out his first time up, chasing a high fastball. Cutter inside, 1-0. Change it down in the way. Low, 2-0. Goes him down and in. Chased, grounded to second, slow roller. Elroy charges, bare hand. He'll take the out at first as he had no chance to get second. Fielder's choice for Song. Runner in scoring position for Donaldson. 1 for 1 with a single. Cutter up. That's high. 1-0. Roll down and in. Donaldson hits it in the ground to short. Backhanded by Star. Looks the runner back. Throw to first. 2 down. Runner remains stranded out there. So that is going to bring up Mashed Taters, who is 0 for 1. First pitch curveball down and away from Smith. Pulled up the first base line. McFarland dives out of her reach up the line into right field. Estrada races over and cuts it off before it gets into the corner, but it's still an RBI single for Taters, 3-0 Nemesis. Moonshot up next, 1-for-1 with a single and a run scored as Smith is now rattled. Change it down in the way on the first pitch, fouled back, 0-1. Peter down in the way, that's a strike, it's 0-2. Dribble down and in, inside, 1-2. Cutter down in the way, low, 2-2. Two-seamer down and in. Moonshot, it jams up at the first base line, out of the lunging reach of McFarland, foul, 2-2. Four-seamer away. Can I help you, Hito? No, you're just looking. Take your window shopping butt elsewhere as Smith hits the black on the outside corner for a called strike 3 on that four-seamer. But a 2-out single for Taters puts a third run on the board for the Nemesis early. It's 3-0. Bottom 3 we go. Yoshida, Estrada, and Smith coming up. Here's Dano Yoshida. Catcher is tense today, hitting 2 for 8 on the year. 2 for 8. 1 RBI in the season. Heater low, 1-0 from Dano. Heater away, strike from Fuss, 1-1 as he's already locked in through 2 scoreless. Heater middle of the plate, crushed by Yoshida, deep to center field, carrying well. Donaldson out of room, but it's going to die at the warning track. 1 down. Estrada up next, rookie batting 2 for 3 on the season with 3 RBIs. Hasn't played since opening day, making his first career start in the league as that changeup hits the outside corner, 0-1. Heater inside, skied left center. That's going to hang up out there for Stanberg as he calls off Donaldson. 2 down. That brings up Smith. The pitcher is tense. First bat of the year for Tarak. Still feeling the effects of getting hit in the balls as that curveball's in there at the knees, 0-1. Heater up and away, high and outside, 1-1. Curveball hangs, chop back up the middle. Fuss fields it cleanly to first. It's a 1-2-3 inning for him. Perfect through 3, top 4. Cuffingham, Leverage, and Ribeye coming up. Here's Cuffingham, catcher 1-for-1 with a single today. Up and in, whiff through it, 0-1 at 100 on the gun. Curveball middle away. Cuffingham dumps it into center field, and that's going to be an easy base hit as that was a hanger from Tarak. Lead off batter on here in the 4th. Cuffingham 2 for 2. Here's Leverage, 1-for-1 with an RBI single, first of his career. Curveball down in the way on the first pitch. Grounded in the hold of second. Elroy over. Goes to second for 1. Star to first. Not in time. Little slow developing there on the fielder's choice. 1 down for Ribeye. He's 0 for 1. He hit into a double play his first time up, but that did drive in a run. Unfortunately for him, that doesn't count as an RBI. Change up and away in the first pitch. Outside. 1-0. Forcing me down and away. That's fouled back. 1-1. Cut up and away. Out of the zone. 2-1. Two-seamer down the way. Pulled on the ground to third, right at nutmeg. Throw to second for 1. Elroy to first. Double play. Love to see it as that ends the inning. Ribeye hits into his second double play in as many appearances. Bottom 4, Rufo, Jones, and McFarland. Top of the lineup coming up. Overdogs trying to break through against Fuss. Rufo flew out his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Rally starter activates here along with Tier 2 high pitch. Two-seamer away, that's a strike called, 0-1. Heater inside, jammed on the ground is short. Leverage to his left makes the play to first, 1 down. Jones up next, he's 0 for 1. Heater up and away outside, 1-0. He lined out the second his first time up. Heater down and in, late swing over the top of it, 1-1. Heater up and in, line by Jones to left center. That's going to hang up for Donaldson, 2 down. Base is empty for McFarland, who's 0 for 1. Flew out to right center first time up. Heater in there, 0-1. Double down and in, low, 1-1. Change of away, pulled up the first base line. That's a fair ball past the diving Taters into the right field corner. It's a lead, 2-out single for McFarland. That's our first hit of the game. Inning continues for Carlton Starr. He's 0 for 1. Still locked in despite striking out his first at bat. Heater inside, ball 1. Heater down, whiff through it, 1-1. Change it down, hit well by Carlton to deep center field, but tracking back is Donaldson. He runs it down, and that ends the inning. To the 5th, at least we're on the board hit-wise, but we still haven't scored. Fuss, Stanberg, and Song coming up. There's Fuss, he's 0 for 1, but locked in. Cut up and away in the first pitch. Strike called, 0-1. Forcing me down and away. Chopped up the wall. In play there to the left, right of the mound. Smith over for it, flips to the first baseman, 1 down. Stanberg up next, 1 for 2 with a single today. Change it middle away in the first one. That's lined into right center, and that is down for another hit. Stanberg up. He's 2 for 3 today and on base here with good speed. Brings up Song, who's 0 for 2. No longer locked in. Pick off first. In the dirt. Good save by McFarland. Away, runner goes outside. Throw down by Yoshida. Nailed him at second. Let's go, Dano, as he's back to neutral. Caught Stanberg as he tried to nab second. He's 0 for 1 on steals this year now. 1-0 count to Song. 2 down, nobody on. He's going to be down and in low. 2-0. Where's he moving away? Soft liner over second. Action reaches out of the air to pick it in shallow right, and that ends the inning. Bottom 5, it's 3-0. Action, Nutmeg and Yoshida coming up. There's Elroy. He's 0 for 1 today. Still is yet to get on base here. Heater up on the first pitch on the corner away. 0-1. Change down on the way. Off the plate low this time. 1-1. Change outside again. 2-1. Curve up and in. Line through the middle as Fuss was a little slow to react to that one as it goes over his right shoulder. Leadoff single for Action. Next up, Nutmeg is 0 for 1. Heater in the dirt. Good block there by Cuffingham. 1-0. Runner goes. Heater up. That's high. Throw down to second by Cuffingham. No shot of getting Action. Cuffingham, of course, one of the worst arms in the league as a catcher. Elroy's first steal attempt this year. He's 1 for 1. 2-0 count here to Nutmeg. Heater bounces off the plate again for the second time this at bat. Fuss is behind 3-0. And that's high, ball 4 as he walks Nutmeg on 4 pitches. 2-1. Nobody out. Here's Yoshida for 1. Change up in there at the knees. 0-1. Yoshida back to neutral mojo after throwing out a base runner trying to steal in the top half of the inning. Ball down. Dumps it into center field. That's going to hang up though for Donaldson to make the catch. 1 down. Got a little bit too much good wood on that one. Here's Rash Estrada. Rookie flew out to left center his first at bat. He's 0 for 1. Peter down in the way low. 1-0. Change down, pull the foul out of play. 1-1. Pick off, back safely to second is Elroy. 1-1. Grip it in, hit hard up the middle. Diving is ribeye behind the bag. Flip the second one. Leverage the first. Not in time. It's a fielder's choice. Great play by Christopher. Runners at the corners. 2 down for Smith, who's 10, so for 1. And I'm going to make a decision here. I'm going to pinch hit. Tarak just doesn't seem to have it today. So we're going to go ahead and turn it over here to... We're going to go with outfielder Grayson Parks, the veteran. Got his first career hit last episode. He's 1 for 2 off the bench. Let's see if he can deliver with his first career RBI. He did just regress last episode down to a C+, lost some contact, but that wasn't really his game anyway, so it's fine. Tier 1 sign stealer is active. Heater inside, that's a strike at the knees. Good pitch from Fuss, 0-1. Heater up and away, dumped over second, but ribeye, it hung up for him, and that ends the inning. All right. Did we put him in for Rufo? No, I don't think so. We're going to go ahead and sub in long reliever Jacob Marshmallows. We try to keep it a 3-run game here. Top 6. Hard to line up for the Nemesis, though, as they face their old bullpen arm. Donaldson, Taters, and Moonshada coming up. Donaldson 1 for 2 today with a single. Grounded out last time up the shortstop. Marshmallow just got Tier 2 K collector last episode, finally bumping himself up to a C+ overall. Still mainly used in mop-up appearances here. Heater down in the way low. 1-0. This is his first action of the season. Pitched really well in the postseason. Earned himself a spot back on the rosters. That forkball's hitting the hole to short. Backhanded by Starr in the hole. Throw for the low, shallow outfield. Makes the play. 1 down. Nice throw, Carlton. Taters up next. 1 for 2 with an RBI single. First pitch slider down. That's line hard to right field. Estrada ranging to his right. Catches the liner. 2 down. Now to bring up Moonshada. 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored. Change it down on the first pitch. Moonshada taking low. 1-0. Throws him down the way. Chased it loud to the zone low. 1-1. Well, hangs, and that was a mistake pitch from Marshmallow as that red balled, and that is long gone. Never more will that ball see the field of play as it is in the right center seats. Moonshot, first homer of the year for the big dog at third, and that makes it 4-0. Nemesis pulling away. Here's Cuffingham, 2 for 2 with 2 singles today. First pitch curveball down and in. That is lined to right center field. Rufo chases after it as it's going to one hop to the base of the wall in right center. Cuffingham with sprinter active will get an easy double out of it as she will be keeping the rally going with 2 outs. Leverage up next, rookie 1 for 2 with an RBI single, trying to put on another insurance run. Away. That's hit deep to right field into the corner. Estrada dives off his glove. He probably could have caught that without diving, but instead it's going to be a RBI double for Leverage. 5-0 Nemesis. Here's Ribeye. He's 0 for 2, hitting the 2 double plays so far today. Marshmallow tense. Slider away. Strike called 0-1. Heater down and away. Line to right field, another base hit. Estrada comes up throwing for the plate. Base rounder activated at tier 3. Throw to the plate. Not in time anyway, even if he caught it. 6-0 as that's the first hit and RBI of the year for Ribeye. Fuss up 0 for 2. That's turned on and hit deep to left field by Fuss. Jones to the warning track, puts it away to end the inning. Good rally there from the Nemesis with 2 outs, though, as they make it 6-0 as they double up their score. Bottom 6. It's been a game and a half since we've scored. Rufo, Jones, and McFarland coming up. Here's Rufo, tense, 0 for 2 today. Lined out last at bat. Heater up and in, inside. 1-0, rally starter, high pitch, both active. Heater up and in, that's a strike as he's late through it on the swing. 1-1. Change up, rip foul, 1-2. Heater up and away, hard up the third baseline, fair ball over the bag as it's past the diving Moonshot into left field. That's a leadoff single for Rufo as he's 1 for 3 today. Jones up next, he's 0 for 2. Flew out left center last time up. Curveball out of the zone from Fuss, 1-0. Heater down and away, that's a strike, 1-1. Heater middle in, rope to left field, it's a base hit for Jones as he turned on that inside pitch. 2 on, nobody out. That brings up McFarland. Rookie single last at bat. She's 1 for 2. Peter down and in. Jammed it foul on the first pitch swinging. 0-1. Little over aggressive there. Peter up and in. Taken high. 1-1. Fuss no longer locked in. That heater's high. 2-1. Chased it high and away. Damn it. 2-2. Change it down and in. Rope foul. Little out in front of it. 2-2 remains the count. Well, down on the way, dump to right field, shallow. That's going to bloop in for a base hit. Song comes up throwing, will hold Rufo at third. Base is juiced, nobody out. And if Star reaches, he has RBI Hero and First Pitch Slayer both active at tier 2. Will activate Meltdown. Fuss is staying in there. That's 3 straight hits. Fourth batter reaches. We got ourselves Meltdown active for the rest of the inning as long as they keep him in. Can we break through? This is hopefully our moment. High heater, nowhere near the zone. Not a competitive pitch from Fuss. Very smart. That takes away First Pitch Slayer, but RBI Hero is still active, and he's still locked in. 1-0 count to Carlton. That's outside on the changeup. Again, not a competitive pitch. 2-0. Right down the middle with the heater, as that was ballsy. 2-1. Heater away, lined up the third base line. Fair ball past the diving Moonshot into the left field corner, and that's going to at least score 2. And it's misplay by Stamberg as he failed to pick it up. Round third, McFarland. Relay throw from Leverage. Not in time. Bases clearing double for Carlton Star. It's 6-3, and we've activated Meltdown. Here comes Elroy. 1 for 2 with a single, and they're not going to let us enjoy the spoils of Meltdown as they take Fuss out immediately. 5 innings plus is his line score as he leaves tense. 6 hits, 3 earned runs, a walk, and a strikeout. Runner at second, his responsibility. He is still qualified for the win. Libby Doe making her season debut here, coming over from the Sawteeth in the free agent period, is going to try and limit the damage here. First pitch Slayer, fastball hitter, both active here against Action. Doe throws 2 fastballs. She also has a changeup. Very average reliever across the board, still at her original B- rating. Changeup on the first pitch, inside, 0-1. Here up and away, fouled off by Elroy, 0-2. Change down, pulled foul, 0-2. Carlton still out at second. Heater down and in. That's Sky dead center, right at Donaldson. He didn't even have to move very far. 1 down. Elroy retired. That brings up Nutmeg 0 for 1 with a walk last time up. Heater outside corner, strike called, 0-1. Old Sawtooth teammates squaring off here this at bat as that changeup drifts, two-seamer drifts outside from Doe, 1-1. Heater inside, jam by Nutmeg, the left center, will that get down? Nope, hangs up for Donaldson, 2 down. Doe gets a better over here. 2 down for Yoshida, he's 0 for 2, flew out last at bat. Heater outside, 1-0. Change-up chase low, damn it. Right at grounder pulled right at ribeye to end the inning. But we get a 3-run double there from Carlton Starr to get the lead back down to 3, top 7. Stamberg, Song, and Donaldson coming up. Here's Stamberg, 2 for 3 with 2 singles, facing the tense Marshmallow. First pitch forkball down, taken low, 1-0. Heater down in the way, strike called, 1-1. Change it down and in. That's low, 2-1, no call there. Ball down. Line to third, right at Nutmeg, 1 down. Song up next, 0 for 3. Tier 2 powers right-hander, Tier 3 off-speed hitter active. Change it down in the way. Outside, 1-0. Forcing it down and in. Low and inside, 2-0. Ball down in the way. Song ropes it foul out in front of it as he chased the low fork ball, 2-1. Curveball middle in. Foul back, he jammed him, 2-2. Okay, Collector activates a Tier 2 Marshmallow, first time today. Heater up, that's high, 3-2. Slide it down in the way. Line at the middle, base hit in the left center. Rufo there, cuts it off, it'll be just a single. Song on with 1 down here in the 7th. That'll bring up Donaldson, 1 for 3 with a single. Marshmallow still tense. Ball down on the first pitch in the dirt. Good block by Yoshida behind the plate. 1-0. Heater away. That's a strike at the knees. 1-1. Slider pin in. Inside off the corner. 2-1. Forcing me down in the way. Chop, slow roller to short. Star charges. Flips to the second. Gets the lead runner. Action to first. Not in time. Fielder's choice. 2 down. Runner at first for Taters. 23 with an RBI single last at bat. Bad jumps activates over at first. Slider from away in the first pitch. High strike called, 0-1. Change the eye level there. Change it down and in. Foul back, 0-2. Okay, Collector activates. Ball down in the way. Hit up the middle, slow roller. Star dives behind the bag. Flips the short way, not in time, as he wasn't going to get Taters. 2-on, 2 down for Moonshada. Solo homer last time up on a hanging curveball. He's also singled. Fastball down in the way in the dirt, 1-0. Ball down and in. Moonshada hits it in the hole short, grounded. Star backhands, throw from the grass, in time at first to end the inning. Marshmallow through the 7th, bottom 7. Estrada, Marshmallow, and Rufo coming up. See if the offense can put some more magic happening on the board here. There's Estrada, he's 0 for 2. Heater down and in, strike called, 0-1. Estrada hit no fielder's choice last time up. Right there with the heater, quickly 0-2. Change up pulled foul, 0-2. Estrada behind. Heater down, line at the middle to right center, it's a base hit. Rookie to lead off the 7th, he's 1 for 3 as we're going to pinch hit again here. There's Marshmallow, love this batting animation, we have to watch it in all its glory. Nice. Alright, infield moving in to play the bunt, we are not letting him bat. We're going to go ahead and pinch hit here with going to go with a third string catcher, Alberto King, returning for his 2nd year with the club. First bat of the season. Tier 2 slowpoke, Tier 1 distractor if he gets on. Change up and away, strike called, 0-1. Heater up and in, late swing, 0-2. Heater up and away, popped him up right at the first baseman, Taters. 1 down. Next up is Rufo, 1 for 3 with a single. High pitch active at Tier 2. No rally starter though this time. Pick off, back safely is Estrada. Change it middle of the way, pulled to the right center gap, and that's going to be down for extra bases, rolling all the way to the fence. Estrada on his horse heading for third. Donaldson just got there around third. Here he goes. Rufo around second, digging for third. Taters throws to third, not in time. It's an RBI triple for Ray's Rufo. 6-4. Dogs within 2. Tying run at the plate and Foley Jones here with 1 out in the 7th. Jones 1 for 3 with a single. Doe trying to get out of it. Change it down in the way, low and outside. 1-0. Heater up, checked high, it's 2-0. No little hack for this at bat. Good hitters count, though. That's high on the changeup, 3-0. It's got to be perfect. Change up away on the corner, high, 3-1. Change it down, rope to short. 1 hopper to Leverage. He'll take the out at first. RBI ground out for Jones, his first RBI of the year. It is 6-5. 2 down for McFarland. Rookie 2 for 3 with 2 singles. Heater up on the first pitch. Oh, nubbed off the top of the bat, but it's blooped over the leaping glove of Moonshot, and it's a 2-out single for the rookie. You'll take them however you get them. Rally continues for Star. Tier 2 first pitch Slayer active. 3-run double. Last at bat, he is locked in. There goes on the first pitch. Change up in there at the knees. Throw down to second by cuffing him. Not in time! Stolen base for the rookie McFarland. She's locked in. First career steal for McFarland, and RBI hero activates for Star with an 0-1 count. Still locked in. Heater down, chased it low, dribbler to second, ribeye to first, that ends the inning. But we do get 2 more as we're back within a run. It's 6-5. Do we double switch here with King? No, probably not. Coming in out of the bullpen, we're going to try and keep it a 1-run game here. We're going to go ahead and hand it off here to Elaine Munster. Top 8 at 6-5. Cuffingham, leverage, and ribeye coming up. Here's Cuffingham, 3 for 3, double and 2 singles today. Surprisingly, she hasn't sucked today at the plate. Facing Munster, who in her 2 innings of work has given up 1 run. Got the win, though, on opening day. She's 1-0 with a 4.50 ERA, 150 whip. 3 hits surrendered in those 2 innings. For Tier 3 gets ahead active on the first pitch. Fouled off in the low heater, 0-1. 2-seamer up and in. Cuffingham whiffs through it, 0-2. 4-seamer up and away. Chased it high, strike 3. She gone. First punch out of the year for Munster. 1 down for Leverage. 2 for 3. 2 singles today for the rookie, driving in 2 runs. Dribble down and away. Lined over third. Nutmeg leaps out of her reach. It's another hit. Leverage has a 3 for 4 day, as he is on with 1 down here in the 8th. Here's Ribeye, 1 for 3 with an RBI single. Pitcher slot is on deck. Ball away in the first pitch low. Hard hit at the middle, another hit for Ribeye. He's 2 for 3, or 2 for 4. And that'll bring the pitcher slot to the plate. Pinch hitting for Libby Doe. It is Burl Chinning, the starter, who is locked in. He is very good at hitting. That's just 1 calling card. He is hitless on the season, though. Both his traits are pitcher traits, so no worry about them activating in the batter's box here. Forcing down and in on the first pitch. Strike called, 0-1. Down in the way. Fouled off, 0-2. 2-seamer up and in. Inside high, 1-2. 4-seamer up and away. Chase, nubber to second. Action charges. Flip to second, 1. Star to first. Double play. Love to see it as Munster gets out of it. Out of the bullpen, flamethrower David Diggler, the former Overdog. No runs given up this year with a 150 whip and 2 strikeouts. He's added Tier 2 meltdown to his game. He is Tier 1 walk prone already. Bottom 8, we're down 1. Action, Nutmeg and Yoshida coming up. Diggler trying to go for the 2-inning save. 5, 6, 7 to up for the Dogs here. Here's Elroy, 1 for 3 with a single. Looking to break through against Diggler, who does have 2 heaters. First pitch is a curveball, and it's out of the zone away, 1-0. Heater away, hard hit the second. 1 hopper to Ribeye, who fields it cleanly, 1 down. Next up, Nutmeg, who's over 2 with a walk today. Heater inside, strike called, 0-1. That's outside on the heater, 1-1. Heater up and away, strike called, 1-2. Dribble down and in, grounded at the middle to second, backhanded by Ribeye to his right, throw to first, 2 down. That'll bring up Yoshida, who's over 3 and tense. Curveball away, that's a strike, 0-1. Curveball down in the way in the dirt, 1-1. Heater down and in, grounded up the middle, base hit, and Yoshida's on with his first hit of the day. He's 1 for 4. Attaboy, Dano. He's back to neutral, and here's Estrada, 1 through the single.
Number 27, Rash Estrada.
Pitch out on the first one, and it's off Cuffingham's glove as she couldn't handle it. Running to second safely is going to be Yoshida, and we didn't even have to steal. So the tying run scoring position with 2 outs, 1-0 count to Estrada. Can the rookie come through in the clutch one more time? Curveball down and away in the dirt, 2-0. You're up and in, popped it up. He chased a high fastball. Cuffingham makes the catch behind the plate. That ends the inning. Top 9, it's 6-5. Stanberg, Song, and Donaldson coming up. Munstar going to try and keep it a 1-run game. She's due to lead off in the 9th. Here's Stanberg, 2 for 4 with 2 singles. First pitch curveball down and in. That's a strike. 0-1. Four-seamer down and in. Low, 1-1. Roll down and away in the dirt, 2-1. Down and away. That's blasted deep to right center field. Hit pretty well. Did he get enough of it? Yes, he did. Nevermore will that see the field of play as it hits off the high wall in right center and bounces into the batter's eye area. Home run for Stanberg, his first of the year, and that makes it 7-5. Here's Song, 1 for the single. First pitch, two-seamer up and in. Line to first, right at McFarland, 1 down. Donaldson up next, 1 for the single. Four-seamer up and away in the first pitch. That's ripped right at McFarland again, 2 down. Back-to-back lineouts. Here's Taters, 2 for 4 with 2 singles. Either up and away. He's late on that one, 0-1. Curveball down and in. Chased it in the dirt, 0-2. Two-seamer down and away. Off the plate outside, 1-2. Four-seamer up and in. Jammed him, skyball to center. Rufo back a step to his left. And now in, puts it away to end the inning. But a home run for Stanberg gives the Nemesis a much-needed insurance run. 7-5, bottom 9. Munstar due up, then Rufo and Jones. Pinch hitting for Munstar to start the inning. You all know who it's going to be. Don't worry about it. Mimori Aoshima, the defensive catcher, if you can call it that, comes in to replace Cuffingham with that great arm behind the plate. And subbing in defensively in center field is going to be the speedster Ricky Kwan as Donaldson is out. Pinch hitting is Lewis Rhodes, the backup first baseman. Third-year player is 0 for 1 as a pinch hitter this year. Digler's first pitch heater down on the way low, 1-0. He's going for the 2-inning save, surprisingly, despite them having a closer, Lawrence Wimple, available. Heater outside, it's 2-0. It is a 2-run game, though, not a 1-run game. Heater up, late swing by Rhodes, 2-1. Heater down, that's blasted by Lewis, dead center field, right at the new man, Ricky Kwan, and it's an easy range for him, 1 down. Next up, Rufo, 2 for 4, RBI triple last bat. He's also singled. Rally starter, high pitch, both active. He gets a high one, hit hard at the middle, diving leverage up the middle, throw to first, not in time. Oh, it is in time! I thought we took advantage of that weak arm. He got it across just in time to beat Rufo. 2 down, it all comes down to Jones. Tying run still in the on-deck circle. Jones 1 for 4, RBI ground out last bat as that's right down the middle, 0-1. Heater up, fouled off by Jones, it's 0-2, down to our last strike. Either way, grounded right at the first baseman Taters, and he'll take it to the bag himself. It's a 1-2-3 9th inning for Digler as he gets the 2-inning save, and the Overdogs lose game 1, 7-5, your final. Well, we did rally back. It took us a while, but we got back in it, back within a run, and we just couldn't get the job done. Nemesis take the first one. We fall to 1-2. Nemesis, I think, improved to 2-1, if I remember correctly. Home runs for Stanberg and Moonshada, both solo shots. Ribeye had an RBI single. Leverage had 2 RBI singles, and Taters had an RBI single as well, I believe. Ribeye also drove in a second run, but it was on a double play ground out. For us, 3-run double for Star, RBI ground out for Jones, RBI triple for Rufo. Nothing else. Fuss gets the win, 5 innings plus, 6 hits, 3 runs, a walk, and a strikeout. 1-0 now on the year. Doe, 2 innings, gives up 2 runs on 3 hits, and Digler, 2 innings, scoreless, 1 hit surrendered. He has 2 saves on the year. On the other side, Tarak Smith takes the loss, 5 innings, 8 hits, 3 runs, 2 strikeouts. He falls to 0-1. Marshmallow, 2 innings, gives up 3 runs on 6 hits, 1 homer, and Munstar, 2 innings, a run, 3 hits, and a homer and a strikeout. Player of the game is Stamberg, who had 3 for 5 at the top of their lineup. He had a solo homer to put it out of reach, put them up 2 runs there in the ninth. He also had 2 singles and scored twice. Drapes Leverage, the rookie, had 3 hits today, all singles. 2 of them drove in runs, though, for the first 2 runs of his young career. And Moonshada had the big home run. He also singled as well and scored twice. Went 2 for 4. So all Nemesis there in the top 3 here in Game 1 as we head over to Game number 2 of the episode. That's right, it is a doubleheader today, guys, so hopefully you stick around for the second one as well. Sorry we couldn't get it done in the first one, but hey, our offense is mealy at best. All right, Strata or Parks? Strata, easy choice. Rufo or Star? Star. Sorry, Rays. McFarland or Heimlich? McFarland. She played well last game. She had 3 hits. Alrighty, looking around the league. No roster moves to report. Yoshida rolls +3 fielding. He's up to 94. We have a chance to get Tier 3 outside pitch for Lewis Rhodes. Or no, we don't have Tier 3. It's Tier 2. Not bad. Chance to lose utility on Dig. No, that's kind of his calling card. But we could go for it because it is power and speed. And if he loses utility, we just know we can get rid of him. Heimlich, chance to get choker. No thanks. I'll pass on that one. He already has pretty good velocity as it is. Cannon arm, though, for Crosby behind the plate. Now, that is something I can get behind. Chance to get arm for Jones. He needs it. And Hernandez loses 5 fielding in the free agent pool. Okay. All right, so we have 10% on this one for Rhodes, so we'll buy that. This one for Crosby has 1 game. We can wait. Diggs has 1%. We can wait. Jones has 2 games on his. Roundhouse, that's not going to be here for much longer. Okay. So yeah, Rhodes we definitely buy now. Everyone else we just wait. Perfect. All right, Lewis. 2 speed up to 48. Bonus 4 speed. No dice here. Tier 2 outside pitch. Doesn't get that either, unfortunately. Still, extra loyalty for Rhodes. We'll take it. Alright, let's sum up to Game 2 of the episode here. Win for the Sawteeth there. Sirloins beat the Moose easily. Jacks lose to the Buzzards 1-0. Grapplers out-hit the Wide Loads 10-8. Grass Eaters win a pitcher's duel over the Sandcats 2-1. Moose win a pitcher's duel over the Blowfish 3-1. Freebooters lose 4-2 to the Sawteeth as they fall to 0-4. Hot Corners choke away a 4-run lead to the Pigs, losing 5-4. Heaters rally but lose 7-5 to the Wide Loads to get the job done. Heaters also fall to 0-4. Game 2 of the episode, taking on the Nemesis, veteran right-hander Fran Giappani in her 4th season, at 40 years young. Tier 1 Elite 2-seamer on the mound for the Nemesis, and on the mound for us, making his debut, rookie right-hander Mario Klein with Tier 3 Elite 4-seamer and Tier 2 Workhorse. This should be interesting. We're 1-2, Nemesis 2-1 on the season. There's a lineup. Leading off at center is Ray's Rufo. In right field is Filet Jones. I'm actually kind of inclined to put Dano out in right field, and I think I will do that. We're going to put Filet back in left. And we're going to let Alberto King get the start here at catcher today, as Crosby hasn't really been doing so well this season, and Dano needs to focus in right field. I don't want him to get the tired trait, so we're going to go ahead and let him play. We'll wear our alternates for today's game. So it's going to be Rufo in center, Jones in left. McFarland at first, locked in. Star locked in at short. Action at second. Yoshida in right, Nutmeg in third, and King catching. Actually, Yoshida and Nutmeg have the same speed, actually. I'm going to move Elroy to the 2 today, and Jones I'm going to move down to 5. Yeah, why not? Alright, and for the Nemesis, it's Stamberg, Song, Donaldson, Taters, Moonshada, Leverage, Aoshima starting over Cuffingham, and Ribeyes. And the only change is Aoshima for Cuffingham, and they will wear their alternates as well for today's game. Let's go. Alright, let's get it on, baby. Game 2 of the episode coming at you. We lost Game 1, 7-5. Let's see if we can bounce back here in Game 2 and start the first quarter of the season at 500. Yeah, because if we go 1-3 to start the year and all of those games at home, not a great sign for your season moving forward. Alright, let's do it. Stanberg leading off, left fielder hitting 3 for 10 on the year with a solo home run, which he got at the end of last game. Tier 3 high pitch active against rookie Mario Klein. The 19-year-old making his debut, right-hander, has 4 pitches, 4-seamer, 2-seamer, curveball, and slider. His 4-seamer is elite at Tier 3, and his workhorse trait is at Tier 2, meaning he tires at a 20% slower rate than normal starting pitchers would without the trait. Base in Tier 3 high pitch, curveball down and in, low, 1-0. 4-seamer down the way, outside, 2-0, 1-0-2 on the gun. 2-seamer down and in. That's low, 3-0. Heating over the plate. That's a strike, 3-1. Ball away. That's at the high part of the zone. Pulled foul by Stanberg. Count full. Slide it down and in. Chopped up the middle. Base hit as action ranges over but can't get there. It is a leadoff single for the speedy Stanberg. And with King behind the plate, they're probably going to steal. Here's Song hitting 273 on the year with a homer, 2 RBIs. Pick off first, nothing doing. Lead 4-seamer low, ball 1. Fire down the way, runner does go outside, throw down by King. Not in time, stolen base for Stanberg. 1 for 2 today, 1 for 2 in the episode on steals, 1 for 2 on the season as well. 2-0 count the Song. 1-seamer up and away, high, 3-0. 2-seamer down and in. That's a strike, 3-1. Dribble down the way. Song hits it in the hole to third. Nutmeg dives, cuts it off. Oh, the runner goes for third, and Klein caught him over. He got there over in time. Stanberg's in a rundown. Good heads-up play by Nutmeg and Klein to cover the bag at third on the diving play. Star tags him out in the rundown. It's 1 down. Nice heads-up play by everyone involved, except Stanberg. Here's Donaldson batting 1 for 6 on the year, or 2 for 12. He's got 1 RBI on the year. Heater down on the first pitch, low, 1-0. Pick off the first, nothing doing for Song as he's back safely. 1-0 count. Curveball down and in. Check, 2-0. 2-seamer up and away. Ball 3, 3-0. 4-seamer away. Strike call, 3-1. Slide up and in. Donaldson taking. Strike call. 3-2. 2-seamer down and away. Soft liner to short right at Star. He drops it, and that's going to get an easy force out at second because he bungled it. So Star purposely dropped that one at shortstop, and that is going to force out Song at second because he did drop the easy line drive. 2 down, runner at first, and that's Donaldson with Tier 2 easy jump, so he probably won't be bad jump, so he won't be running here. As Taters is up, who did drive in a run last game on a single. First pitch slider inside. That's a strike, 0-1. You're down, that's a strike, 0-2. 2-seamer down and in. Line to second, action dives. Nice catch, Elroy, as he saves a base hit. That ends the inning. Bottom 1, it's scoreless. Rufo, Action, and McFarland coming up against Fran Japani, the 4th-year bet. We're very familiar with Japani here in the series. She's been with the Beagles the first 3 seasons of this series, so we've seen her in each of the last 3 years. I believe she started 1 or 2 of those games. Here's Rufo. 308 average on the year with an RBI, facing Tier 1 elite 2-seamer from Japani at 40 years young. Heater in there at the letters, 0-1, sporting the customary white hair for the player's aging. Heater up and away, that's a strike, 0-2. Heater away, lined at the middle, base hit as Rufo was ready for it as he saw that pitch twice. Sends it back where it came from. Leadoff single for Rufo. Here's Action. Elroy had 1 hit last game. And behind the plate we have Aoshima, who's an elite level arm, so we're not running on her most likely. Change it down and in. That's a strike on the first pitch, 0-1. Curveball drifts outside from Japani, 1-1. Change up, roped in the hole past the diving third baseman into left field. First and second now, nobody out. 2 on, nobody down for McFarland, who's locked in. Rookie batting .500 with a homer, 2 RBIs, had 3 hits in the first game. Pitch, heater up and in, inside, 1-0. Heater up and away, hit well by McFarland to left, but she got under it off the end of the bat. Stanberg makes the catch, 1 down, and cannon arm activated. We weren't running anyway because the ball's in front of us. Here's Carlton. 3-run double in the first game for Carlton. Tier 2 RBI hero, Tier 2 first pitch slayer. Up to 4 RBIs now in the season, and a 417 batting average. First pitch changeup in there at the letters. I should have swung. Slider down, roped hard into center field, right into the sliding glove of Maximus Donaldson. 2 down as he saved a run. Had he missed that, though, look out. Here's Jones. Drove in his first run of the season last episode on a ground out. He's batting .308 on the year with 1 hit last episode in the first game of this episode. Heater up, that's high. 1-0. Slider in, strike called. 1-1. Heater up, high. 2-1, and that means no little hack for the rest of the at-bat. Right down the middle, and I missed it. 2-2. Curveball hangs, nubber in the hole to short, under the glove of Moonshot, but leverage there to back him up. Deep throw to first, not in time! Infield single for Filet Jones as the inning stays alive for Yoshida. Dano 1 for 4 last game, trying to bring home the first runs of the day. Come on, Dano. Base is loaded, nowhere to put him. 2 down as the heater's at the knees. 0-1. Heater down and then hard hit at the middle to second. Ribeye backhands it cleanly. Throw to first. That ends the inning. Top 2 were scoreless as we strand the bases loaded. Moonshot, leverage, and Yoshima coming up. Here's Moonshot, third baseman, hitting .300 with a solo homer on the air, which he hit last game. Tier 3 high pitch active. Slider at the knees on the first pitch. That is blasted down the left field line, but well out in front of it was Moonshot. 0-1. Heater down. That's low. 1-1. Two-seamer down and away. Low. 2-1. Curveball down and in. Hitting the hole to short. Star dives in the hole. Nice play, Carlton. Throw across. 1 down. Nice play. His mojo goes up. Here's Leverage. Shortstop hitting .364 with 2 RBIs. He had 3 hits in the first game, driving in both of those runs. Two-seamer up and away in the first one. Strike called. 0-1. Two-seamer down and in. That's low. 1-1. Curveball down and away. Sat on. Skied left center. Rufo over. Puts it away. 2 down. Next up is Aoshima, the catcher, getting her first at bat of the season. Was a late sub defensively in Game 1. This is her first start of the year. As Cuffingham goes to the bench, being tense and tired. Two-seamer away on the first one from Klein. Strike called. 0-1. Four-seamer up and away. High. 1-1. Couple down in the dirt. 2-1. Four-seamer up and in. Aoshima nubs it foul. 2-2. Slider down and away. Low. 3-2. Great take. Two-seamer at the knees. Hard grounder to second. Elroy cuts it off. Throw to first. 1-2-3 inning for Klein. Rookie 3-2. Bottom 2. Nutmeg King and Klein coming up. Thank God all 3 of their last names don't start with K. That's all I'm going to say. Y'all can draw the rest of those conclusions yourself. Here's Nutmeg, batting 1 for 10 on the year. Had a walk in the first game, but no hits. Change up in there, 0-1. That's outside, 1-1. Slow start to the year for Kira. Heater inside, it's 2-1. That curves inside, 3-1. Check, change up, ball 4 outside. Another walk for Kira. Leadoff woman on for Alberto King. Catcher's hitless on the air. Infield playing double play depth. King pinch hit in first game. He, I believe, grounded out. He's 0 for 1. And he pops it up. Actually, he popped out. That's right. So he's going to pop out again here as Leverage makes the catch behind the bag at second. 1 down for the pitcher, Mario Klein, as it's a sacrifice situation. 1 to Schoen. Bunt drop down on the curve. Japani picks it. Throw to first. 2 down. Sacrifice successful. Nutmeg in scoring position for Rufo is 1 for 1. Heater in the dirt, blocked behind the plate by Aoshima, 1-0. Heater away, strike called, 1-1. Curveball down on the waist, check strike, 1-2. Chased it inside on the slider, protecting his chest, 1-2. Chased it out of the zone, 1 hopper to short, picked by Leverage, throw to first, ends the inning. Top 3 were scoreless, Ribeye, Japani, and Stamberg coming up. Here's Ribeye. 2 for 4 in the first game, which was his first action of the season. He drove in a run. Also hitting the 2 double plays. Heater up and away. Check strike. 0-1. Two-seamer down and away. That's outside. 1-1. Slider up and away. Outside. 2-1. Four-seamer down and away. Foul back. 2-2. Curveball up and away. High. 3-2. Great take. Four-seamer down and away. Can I help you, Christopher? No, you're just looking. Take your window shopping, bud, elsewhere. Let's get that ball. First career punch out of Mario Klein's young career. Here's the pitcher, Japani. Slider down and in on the first one. Low. 1-0. Low down and away. Low and outside. 2-0. Heater up and in. 3-0. Heater down and away. That's a strike. 3-1. Two-seamer up and away. Chapani fouls it back. Full count. Two-seamer up and in. Number to third. Pulled up the line. Nutmeg backhands. Throw across the diamond. 2 down. Next up going to be Stamberg. 1-for-1 with a single today.
Morton Stanberg.
Heater down. That's low. 1-0. Two-seamer down and in. Stamberg taking. Strike called. 1-1. Slider down and away. Outside. 2-1. Four-seamer away. Foul ball off. 2-2. Dribble down and in. Low and inside. 3-2. Two-seamer down and in. Nubber to short. Charging in start. Bare hands and fires. Got him. 1-2-3 inning for Klein. Bottom three were scoreless. Action. McFarland and Starr coming up. Yeah, hey Biscuit, welcome in, buddy. Nice to see you again. Hope your day's been well. Yes, that AB against Japani was really hard to watch. We're very lucky to get her out there.
Number 23, Elroy.
There's Elroy, 1-for-1 with a single. Tier 2 first pitch slayer and fastball hitter. It's a changeup, low, 1-0. Heater up, hard grounder in the hole, short backhanded by Leverage. Throw, quick throw across, 1 down. Next up, McFarland. She's over 1 today.
Number 32, Mira.
Heater up and in. Strike called. 0-1. Chase the slider inside off the plate. 0-2. Heater up and in. Jammed by McFarland to left field on the liner, but it hangs up for Stamberg. 2 quick outs. Going to bring up Carlton. He's over 1, but locked in.
28, Carlton Starr.
Change up in there for a strike. 0-1. Nice pitch. Curveball outside, 1-1. Heater up and in, fouled off by Carlton, 1-2. Curve up and in, lined up the middle, over the diving ribeye. It's a base hit into right center. Nice swing there from Carlton. He's 1 for 2. Inning continues with 2 outs here in the third. Here's Flay Jones. He's singled his first at bat. He's 1 for 1. Heater in there at the knees, 0-1. It was an infield single, hit right at the shortstop. Tier 3 little hack active, but Leverage has a weak arm. Dribble down, rip foul, it's quickly 0-2. Heater up and in, jammed at the middle, soft liner, base hit into center field. That'll be first and second now with 2 down as we draw a throw from Donaldson. Can we capitalize? Here's Yoshida, who I believe grounded out with the bases loaded. He's 0 for 1. Heater in there at the knees, 0-1. Well, down, ripped to right field, but right at Taters as he reaches up and snags the liner out of the air. Top 4. Still down, scoreless. Song, Donaldson, and Taters coming up against Klein. Here's Song, 1-for-1 with a single.
Number 6, Sakta Song.
Four-seamer down and in. Broken bat as Song's bat shatters on impact as it's fouled back. 0-1. New lumber for sack. Two-seamer away, 1-1. Oh, I forgot about Mad Max. He's still alive? Yes, he is. Sophomore is still kicking out there in center field. Off to a very slow start, though. Heater away, fouled off by Song, 1-2. Dribble down and in. Chased it in the dirt, strike 3. Second punch out for Klein. Song retired. Here's Donaldson, 0 for 1 today. Heater away. That's hit deep to left field, slicing away from Jones, but he runs it down near the line. 2 outs. Now to bring up Taters, who's 0 for 1. Slider from in, high and inside, 1-0. Heater down and in, doors, 1-1. Dribble down on the way. Strike called in there at the knees, 1-2. Two-seamer up and away. Chased it, Nubber to third. Nutmeg charges, bungles it, picks it up and fires. Thank God Taters is fat, otherwise that should be an error. Nutmeg recovers to end the inning. 1, 2, 3 for Klein. Bottom 4, Nutmeg, King, and Klein coming up. Sorry, Kira, shake it off. Shake it off. Get in the batter's box. It feels like Mad Max cannot be killed except in hand-to-hand combat. Even then, good luck. I mean, you're not wrong. Good reference to the movies there. Here's Nutmeg. Walked her first time up. Heater's inside. 1-0. It was a 5-pitch walk. And that's low. 2-0. Curveball in there at the knees. 2-1. Nice pitch from Japani. Change up. That's high. 3-1. Good hitters count. Change up and in, grounded hard to second, but ribeye backhands cleanly to first. 1 down. Here's King. Alberto 0 for 1 today with a pop out to short. Heater in there at the knees. 0-1. Heater outside. 1-1. Go down and in. Sky ball to left field as King finally hits it out of the infield. Too bad it's right at Stanberg for an easy fly out. 2 down here for Mario Klein. Rookie sack bunt at his first plate appearance. He is locked in. Change up and away, high, 1-0. Chased it away on the heater, dribbler up the line at first. Tater's easy bare hand, taps the bag in one smooth motion. It's a 1-2-3 inning. They're pitching so scared to Kira Nutmeg? I know, right? They're afraid of the slap hitters. Top 5 were scoreless. Moonshada, Leverage, and Aoshima coming up. There's Moonshada, 0 for 1. Moonshada did homer in the first game this episode. Heater down and in, low, 1-0. Curveball down and the way, outside, 2-0. Four-seamer down and the way. Check strike, 2-1. Klein has crossed 60 pitches on the day, but thanks to Workhorse not feeling it. Whiff through the two-seamer down and in is Moonshada, 2-2. Slide down the way. Chased it in the dirt, picked by King. He'll throw to first. 1 down, third punch out for Klein. Here's Leverage, he's 0 for 1. First pitch slider up, high, 1-0. Two-seamer middle away. Splashed deep to right field by Leverage. Running out of room, Yoshida. It is long and gone. Nevermore will that ball see the field of play as it's in the seats. First career home run for Drape's Leverage as the shortstop puts the Nemesis on the board. It's 1-0. There it goes. Here's Aoshima, catcher 0 for 1, and Klein no longer locked in. First pitch heater away. Check strike, 0-1. Slider up and in. Inside, 1-1. Still a solid debut for Klein so far. Two-seamer low and in, 2-1. Where's in the middle in? Line to second, right at action, 2 down. And here's Ribeye, he's 0 for 1. Curveball up and away in the first pitch, that's a strike, 0-1. Slider up and away, out of the zone, 1-1. Seamer up, high, 2-1. Four seamer down and away. Fouled off by Ribeye, 2-2. Ripped away, well outside, 3-2. Four seamer down and away. Hit on the ground to second, action charges, and he bungles it. Throw to first, not in time, E4. As Elroy could not handle that, it ate him up. 2 down for Japani as the inning continues. Line should be walking back to the dugout right about now. First pitch curveball up and in. Drops in for a strike. 0-1. Two-seamer middle of the plate. Popped her up. It's right at Elroy, who just misplayed a grounder. He does catch the pop fly, though. That ends the inning. Bottom 5, it's 1-0. Rufo, Action, and McFarland coming up. I got hit by ads. Did I compliment Klein right before he pitched a home run? Yes. Yes, you did. Literally 10 seconds later, Moonshada went yard. Or not Moonshada. Leverage, the rookie, hit his first career home run. Here's Rufo, 1 for 2 with a single. Lead top of the lineup here for the Overdogs in the 5th against Japani for the 3rd time. Heater down and in inside, 1-0. This time rally starter activates first time today for Rufo. Curveball down in the way, 2-0. Curveball well outside, it's 3-0. Slider right there, middle of the plate, 3-1. Change up top of the zone, blasted by Rufo, slicing into the gap. Mad Max on the run, lays out for it, and he makes the diving catch. Mad Max and his crazy ass makes another one as he takes away a surefire triple for Ray's Rufo. One down for Elroy, who is tense. That fucker just don't die. That's his second diving catch of the game. He made a sliding catch earlier. First pitch curve, drops in for a strike at the top of the zone. 0-1. Bruh. Yep, that's all you can say on that one. Bruh. 1-1 is that tie. Heater up, hit by Elroy to second. Easy play for Ribeye on a hop. 2 down. And here's McFarland, who's 0 for 2. Change up middle away, strike called. 0-1. Heater outside. 1-1. Heater up and in, late swing by McFarland. 1-2. Heater away, lined off the end of the bat. It's right at Donaldson. He don't have to dive for this one as he puts it away. 1-2-3 inning for Japani as she's got a shutout through 5. Top 6, Stamberg, Song, and Donaldson coming up. Here's Stamberg, 1 for 2 with a single. Pitch 80 on the day here for Klein. In there at the knees on the heater, 0-1. Curveball middle in. Jam foul behind the screen on the pop fly, 0-2. Two-seamer down and in. Chased it, number back to the mound. Klein fields cleanly to first, 1 down. Next up is Song, 1 for 2 with a single. Slider down and away, out of the zone, 1-0. Two-seamer up and in. Hard grounder to first. McFarland backhands cleanly, races to the bag, and wins the foot race against Song, 2 down. Klein is still locked in. He's unbothered by the homer. What a professional, indeed. Here's Donaldson, 0 for 2. Klein locked in again. Heater down in the way, strike called. 0-1 as he hits 85 pitches on the day. For ball inside. Bloop pop up behind short. Star there. 1-2-3 inning for Klein. He's got a shutout through 6. Bottom 6 it's Star, Jones, and Yoshida coming up. Good quality start so far, Klein. Only the 1 run on the homer. Let's see if the offense can show up. This is where we scored our runs in Game 1, 6th and 7th innings. Here's Star, 1 for 2 with a single, locked in. Tier 2 first pitch Slayer active against the locked in Japani now. Right down the middle with the heater, 0-1. That's low on the changeup, 1-1. That's inside on the changeup, 2-1. It's the Nemesis. They'll probably get at least 1 homer no matter what. You are correct. It is their calling card. Right down the middle with the heater, late swing, 2-2. Change it down, line hard to center field. Sliding in is Donaldson again. Third sliding catch today for Donaldson as he does it again, and he's feeling it now. The aura is building in center field. Donaldson, please, we have families. 1 down for Jones. Mad Max is at it again, that menace to society. Slider up and in is a strike called. 0-1 as Little Hack activates for Jones. Heater up, it's high, 1-1. Heater up and away, outside, 2-1. No more Little Hack. Chased it up and in. Jam liner up the middle behind the mound. Leverage is there, 2 down. Here's Yoshida, he's 0 for 2. Once again, struggling to hit. Slider taken low and in, 1-0. Heater up and in, that's a strike, 1-1. Heater down and in, 2-1. Change it down, blasted foul, out of play, 2-2. He's outperforming his stats. Yeah, that's true. Change it up, hit well by Yoshida to left center, but he jammed him. In on it, Donaldson. It's a 1-2-3 inning as Mad Max once again is patrolling center. Top 7, Taters, Moonshada, and Leverage coming up. Here's Taters, he's 0 for 2. Heater down and in. That's a strike, 0-1. Ball away from Klein. That's lined at the middle into right center. That's going to be extra bases, possibly. Taters is slow. Rufo will chase it down at the wall. Gets it in. It is going to be a leadoff double. Even Taters could leg that one out. Leadoff man on here in the 7th, and that is going to do it for Mario Klein. He goes 6+ innings today, giving up 4 hits, one of them a solo home run. He did not walk anybody, and he struck out 3. Not a bad debut for the rookie 19-year-old. Unfortunately, he got no offensive support to speak of because, well, it's the Overdogs. What do you expect at this point? We're going to go ahead and double switch. Coming out of the pen, try to keep it a 1-run game will be Steamboat Wassell as we are going to take off Dano Yoshida. And we are going to bring in Rash Estrada, the rookie, as he's going to be in right field. Steamboat in his debut last episode in Game 2 of the season. He threw 2 innings, giving up 1 run, a 4.50 ERA, 1 whip, 2 hits, 2 strikeouts, batting average against 250. Steamboat going to try and keep it a 1-run game. High pitch active at Tier 3 for Moonshada. Heater in there at the knees at 105. 1. I forgot he had Tier 3 Elite 4-seamer and Tier 3 gets ahead. Go down, chased by Moonshada in the dirt, fouled back, 0-2. 2-seamer down and away, low and outside, 1-2. 4-seamer down and in. Jam foul, 1-2. 4-seamer down and away. Chased it, strike 3, 105. First punch out for Wissell. Leverage up next. Rookie homered in for his first time for his career. He's locked in, 1 for 2. 2-seamer up and in. High, 1-0. 4-seamer up and away. He in there, 1-1. Curl down and in. Chased, pulled foul, 1-2. 2-seamer away. Popped him up right in front of the bag at second. Action coming over on the shortstop side of the bag. Puts it away, 2 down. Would have rather had Star catch that one, but it's okay. Here's Aoshima for 2. She is tense. 4-seamer up and away in the first one. Popped her up. Wissell off the mound in front of third. Calls for it. Puts it away. He comes in and does his job. Great job, Steamboat. Bottom 7, it's 1-0. Nutmeg King and Estrada coming up. Here's Nutmeg, 0 for 1 with a walk. Curveball down in the way. On the corner from Japani, who's staying out there to start the 7th. Already has a quality start through 6. Curveball down, hit hard at the middle. Diving his ribeye up the middle to make the play. Throw to first, just in time. 1 down. Steamboat is so hard to hit indeed. Here's King. He's 0 for 2. Pinch hitting for him off the bench is catcher Beckham Crosby as he'll take over. He's the better bat. He's batting 1 for 6 on the year. Lefty-righty matchup. Chased it down and in. A little antsy on that 2-seamer. 0-1. Heater down, popped him up behind second in shallow right. Ribeyes under it. Puts it away, 2 down. Here's Estrada, rookie double switched in last inning. Batting .429 in the year with 3 RBIs. He did have 1 hit in first game this episode. So he was the starter for the first time in his young career. Changeup is low, 1-0. Heater up and away, that is a strike, 1-1. Changeup down, out in front of it, 1-2. Bonnie approaching the 90 pitch mark. And whiffs through it, strike 3. She punches out Estrada for her first today. Top 8, it's Ribeye, Japani, and Stamberg. I expect a pinch hitter for Fran. But 7 shutout innings, the veteran showing she still got it. Here's Ribeye, 0 for 2. Crosby stays in the game at catcher. Heater up and away. Fouled off out of play, 0-1. Well down and away. Strike called, 0-2. 2-seamer up and away. He gone! Chased it. Second punch out for Steamboat. And here's Japani, 0 for 2. Still locked it. She's batting. All right. Respect. 2-seamer up and in. Blasted deep by Japani to left field. Jones out of room. Nevermore will that ball see the field of play. It's in the dog pound. Fran Japani just homered off a Steamboat Wissell. That's right, you heard those words. No one ever expected that to ever happen. First of the season for Japani, probably the first of the playthrough as well. We'll go back and check it. It is 2-0 Nemesis. She was locked in. She's now on fire. I am as flabbergasted as you are, and I'm sure one boy just rolled over in his grave. 1 down. Curveball down in the way, strike called. 0-1. No, he's not dead. He probably just rolled over off his cot and fell down on the floor of his dormitory. I don't know if he's reported back yet for college or in his bedroom, wherever the hell he is. But yeah, he's like, I sense a great disturbance in the force. The freebooters bullpen is at it again. 0-1 count here. Heater down and in, that's a strike. 0-2. 2-seamer down in the way. Stamberg chases, strike 3. He gone. Third punch out for Steamboat. And here's Song, 1 for 3 with a single. Sacta versus Steamboat. Ace level matchup here. Heater down and in, that's a strike at 104. Wissell is starting to tire. Not quite reaching 105 anymore. Two-seamer down and the way low, 1-1. Heater up and away. Chase, nubber off the end of the bat to second. Action charges, throw to first. That ends the inning. But a home run from Frangipani. Yes, that was not a stutter. That is not a misspeak. That is a pitcher going yard off a Steamboat Whistle. 2-0 bottom 8. Rufo action to McFarland, and Japani's coming back out. Here's Rufo, 1 for 3 with the single. Yes, she is. She's on fire, and she's raring to go. Rufo up, tying run on deck. Tier 2 high pitch, Tier 2 rally starter. Change him up, first pitch, line hard, but it's right at Donaldson. 1 down. You can't let Frangipani solo your whole team, I know. Action up, 1 for 3 with a single, and tense. This is going to be pitch number 90 from Japani. Curveball first pitch inside, misses, 1-0. Heater up and in, 2-0. Heater in there at the knees, 2-1. Heater away, hard hit the second, right at ribeye. 2 down. Like we're smoking the ball, it's just right at people. Here's McFarland, 0 for 3, and that's going to do it for Japani. 7 2/3, 5 hits, a walk, a strikeout, and a home run. She hit. She leaves on fire and in line for the win, as out of the bullpen is former Overdog reliever Archie Alonso. Yet to give up a run, a hit, or a walk this season, he has struck out 2 in his 1 appearance. Rally stopper at Tier 2, not active. Heater up and in, strike called to McFarland, the rookie, 0-1. Heater up again in there, 0-2. Slider up and away, grounded to short, right at leverage. It's a 1-2-3 8th inning for the Nemesis. As we head to the 9th, if I were her, I'd retire on the spot, indeed. Top 9, we're down 2-0. We're about to be shut out by the Nemesis. Yep, because we fucking suck. Heart of the lineup up, Donaldson, Taters, and Moonshada coming up. It's a great place to leave off. I agree. Donaldson 0 for 3, locked in. There's no point in wasting Wissell. It's not like we're going to score anyway. We'll double switch. We'll bring in Heimlich. You know what? We'll bring in Roundhouse. She hasn't pitched yet this year. We'll take Action out, and we'll bring in a Fordo to play second. All right, Elliott. She was one of our best relievers in the postseason, making her first appearance of her sophomore campaign as that heater's down and into Mad Max, who is locked in. He's made 3 diving plays in the field today, 2 sliding, 1 diving. 2-seamer way hit up the middle, and that's a leadoff single as he gets past the diving star into center field. Next up is Taters, 1 for 3 with a double. Heater away on the first pitch, outside, 1-0. 2-seamer down and in. Line right at Nutmeg for the first out. Next up, Moonshada, 0 for 3. Officer active at Tier 1 here. Super down on the way low, 1-0. Down and in. Jam foul, out of play, 1-1. Change it down on the way. Outside, 2-1. Super down on the way. That's a strike, 2-2. Two-seamer down and in. Chased it, strike 3. First punch out of the year for Roundhouse. Is Dig actually a better batter than Roundhouse? Probably. 2 down for leverage, 1 for 3 with the solo homer. Let's check. Oh yeah, Dig is by far better. No hitting ratings here for Roundhouse. It's surprisingly one of the few batters he's actually better than. Alright, leverage. The rookie's locked in. He's had himself a great day. He's had his first career home run under his belt. Change up, rip foul, 0-1. Four-seamer up and in. Blasted deep to center field by leverage. Got a good piece of it. Rufo running out of room at the fence. Leaping and robbed him of a home run. You can have 1, rookie, but you can't have 2 as Rufo brings it back. 2-0 to the bottom of the 9th. Star, Jones, and Aforto coming up. Nice play, Rays. Trying to get the crowd back into it. Here's Star. 1 for 3 with a single. Tier 2 first pitch Slayer active. He's locked in. Alonso looking for the 4-out save. Slider up and away high. 1-0. Dribble hangs. Rip to the gap right center field. That's extra bases for Star as it's rolling to the fence. Getting to it is Song. He'll get it into relay man. Star around second, digging for third. Throw from Ribeye is a good one. It's actually a bad one, and we still would have been out as Moonshada ran into the base path to get it. So it'll be a double. Tying run at the plate. It's Filet Jones. Nobody out. Lawrence Wimple, the closer, is warming. 2 for 3 with 2 singles today for Jones. Slider away, strike called, 0-1. Now we're talking, indeed. Little hack active. Why'd I chase that high, 0-2. Curveball well outside, 1-2. Get up and in jam. Back to Alonso, who makes the catch. Ooh, they almost doubled off Star. 1 down. And a Fordo up. He has the bat. We have no other second baseman. Well, we could move Nutmeg to short. We would move Star to second. We could move McFarland to third and put Rhodes in at first. We could pinch hit with Lewis Rhodes here and get away with it. But I'm not going to do that. I think Dig has earned this. There is a possibility. I mean, there's no chance. There is not a lot of options if we don't go to extra innings. You know what? Why not? Let's pinch it. All right, Rhodes. Rhodes, you're going to go to first. McFarland, you're going to go to third. Nutmeg, you're going to go to short. Star, you're going to go to second. There we go. Everyone's in a backup position except Rhodes. Do it, you can win. All right, Lewis, here we go. 0 for 2 as pinch hitter this year, representing the tying run with 1 out. Curveball drops low in the dirt, 1-0. Slide it down and in, low again, 2-0 count. Curveball outside, 3-0. He's just going to walk him at this point if I'm Alonso. I would walk him and activate Rally Stopper. Slider right there, posterity strike. Next one's going to be nowhere near the zone. All right, I've been wrong before, full count. Slider, that was well out of the zone. They were going to, oh, Carlton. Oh, they throw to first! They still get Rhodes, but Star moves up to third. Instead of forcing the run down, they just get the out at first. 2 down for Nutmeg. Well, yeah, that's why. It's Nutmeg. She's going to try and keep it alive here. Slider inside. On deck is the rookie catcher, Beckham Crosby. He represents the winning run. Curveball middle in. Strike called. 1-1. Curveball down. Rip the first at Taters, who's holding the line, and that ends the game. God, we suck. So we lose 2-0. Get swept by the Nemesis. We're 1-3 to start the year. Yeah, it looks like last year was a fluke. This team is ass. 6 hits. Really? That's all you fucking got? 6 hits? God, we suck. Granted, they got 6 hits, but at least they got home runs. Japani hit a homer and Leverage. Leverage almost hit a second one. We robbed him of that one. God, we blow. Fuck. Whatever. Japani, 7 2/3 shutout ball, 5 hits, a walk, a strikeout, 1-0 now in the year. Alonso inning and a third, gets the 4-out save, giving up a hit, his first save of the year. And for the second time this year in 4 games, we've been shut out. Klein, 6 innings plus quality start for the rookie in his debut. He gives up 1 earned run on a homer, and unfortunately that's good enough to take the loss. 4 hits, 3 strikeouts. He falls to 0-1. Wissell, 2 innings, 1 hit on a home run to Fran fucking Japani. It was a solo shot. And 3 strikeouts. And then roundhouse an inning, striking out a batter with 1 hit given up. Play of the game is Japani. Shocker. Then it's Klein. Alright. And then Leverage. Again, shocking. At least we got someone in the top 3 here in game 2. Alright, well, I'm about ready to blow this team up. We suck. 1-3. Love it. And we're at home, too. That's the sad part. We're at home. We should be winning these games. We should not suck in front of our home fans. God, this team is just ass. This whole thing worked for us last year. It ain't working this year. Munstar or Bergenberg? Munstar. I think she's older. Plus, she's a reliever. They're generally cheaper than starters. Oh, McFarland rolls plus 11 speed. Good for her. Up to 66. Jones plus 7 fielding. And now we're talking. Can you get rid of Noodle Arm, please? Marshmallow has a chance to get Rally Stopper. The fuck? Why does that look enticing? Dingers is signed by the Moose. He'll go return home. He's replacing Sebi Swolson, who's never really developed here past the C+ range, unfortunately. Poke Foster, the utility player, will go to the Platypi. He'll replace Emery Weeks as they need to get something going, as Platypi are 0-3 right now. Roundhouse learned to throw a slider. All right, she's got 4 pitches now. Okay. I can get behind that. Nutmeg gets plus 5 arm there at third base. That's great. Can you learn how to hit the ball, please? What we got? Jacks beat the Beebles in a pitcher's duel 3-2. Crocodons beat the Buzzards 9-5. That was an easy win for them, as both teams now 3-1 with the Nemesis atop the division. Sirloins beat the Grass Eaters 7-2, as the meat trumps the vegans. That was a win for the Platypi. Nope, that was another loss, as they fall to 0-4. Damn. All right. All right, well, still three winless teams and 3 undefeated teams, all of them in the other conference, the undefeated teams. We have 1 winless team in the Super Conference and 2 in our conference. And we're playing the Grapplers next episode. They're 2-1, and we're 1-3. On the mound for them is long reliever Swirly Cutstift, who is the number 4 in the rotation with Tier 2 Choker. On the mound for us will be our ace Nick Dieguez, who pitched in the only game we won this season. Unfortunately, it was out of the bullpen. All right, what do we got player development-wise? How about, let's check player development. What else, or whatever this is. Free agency, there it is, those are words. I know how to use them. Alright, what do we got? Cortez is below his price point. We could still bring him back if we want someone who can play center field. Jackson, he is regressing still, so probably not bringing him in. Juanita Hernandez can't play right field or left field, although she can play right and left, but can't play center. So if we do that, we're 1 injury away from Ray's Rufo from having to tank our season. Seymour Sox can play right and center. I wouldn't mind adding him. Tier 3 base rounder, Tier 2 bunter, or Tier 3 bunter, Tier 2 base rounder, and with the speed to boot as well. Not a bad choice. Can't hit for shit, but he's a late inning sub at best. I'd sub him in for Parks. That would bring us down to 2 pinch hitters, Estrada and Rhodes. That is an option. Still not his price point, though. I'll have to think about it. Alright. Player development, what do we got? So Dieguez's is really good. We're going to wait on that one. We got 10% on Heimlich. He doesn't need the velocity. He's good. Crosby, Cannon Arm. Definitely want to try and buy this. 1 power to 73. Bonus 5 power. Not going to get it. Going for Cannon Arm. 15% chance for Tier 2. Nope. No dice. But loyalty goes up a bit. Chance to lose utility on Dig. Now, I said I was going to buy this to bump up his hitting ratings. If we lose utility, we can probably move off of Dig moving forward after this season. 2 power to 19, 1 speed to 32. Bonus 6 power. Doesn't get it, unfortunately. Bonus 2 speed. Won't get that one either. And does not lose utility. Good job, Dig. Alright, Jones. Extra arm. We can wait another game. Marshmallow, Rally Stopper, 2 games on his. Okay. Alright, not bad. So we know these 2 we're definitely buying. And this one we'll probably also buy as well. Alright, I like it. Next episode, here's the lineup we'll use. It's our first road game of the season. Action will be leading off. Tense at second base. That's not great. Who else we got? Lewis Rhodes is going to start at first base. We're going to put McFarland on the bench. I'm okay with that. Need to shake things up a bit here, as clearly the offense isn't flowing regardless. Yoshida is supposed to start at catcher. I'm going to let Crosby catch. Yoshida can go sit on the bench and figure out what he's trying to do with his life. And you know what? Let's give Dig a start. Why not? It's not like it can get any worse, right? Come on out, Dig. You're going to play. Rufo lead off. Star, you can be number 3 if you have to. Let's move Kira up in the lineup. Let's see if she can get something going here at the top half. She does have good speed. Carlton can bat 3rd. We can bat Rhodes 4th. We can bat Jones 5th. Estrada bats 6th. He'll start in left field. I actually flipped them. I want him in right and Jones in left. Better arm in right field, please. And then Crosby will bat 7. And then Dig 8. Alright, not bad. Alright, that's going to do it for this episode, everybody. As the Overdogs get swept by the Nemesis here in our first doubleheader of the season. We lose the first game 7-5. As we fell behind 6-0, we tried to rally back into it, but unfortunately could not. We got within a run, but couldn't get the job done. And then in the second game, we got shut out by Fran frickin' Japani, who also homered off of our elite reliever, Steamboat Vassell. As we lost that game 2-0, and for 2 times here through the first 4 games, we've been shut out. We're 1-3 to start the year. Is it time to panic? Maybe not quite, but if we don't beat the Grapplers next time out, I'm more inclined to panic. We'll see. But it's looking like right now, with this slow start, last season was a bit of a fluke. Hopefully they can prove me wrong. Tune in next time to see if we can get the job done against John Moore's Grapplers. If you made it this deep, guys, thank you so much for sticking around. I appreciate the support as always. If you haven't already, hit the follow and or subscribe buttons down below here on Twitch to be notified next time I go live. And if you haven't already over on YouTube and you're watching this, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. Link to Twitch will be down in the description below. It's at Nasty over here. If you want to come over and watch the games live before they're posted, and also follow me over on this platform as well if you so choose. Shout out to Smash Biscuit for tuning in and chatting with me throughout the stream. Love hearing from you as always, buddy. Everyone else, I'll catch you on the next one. Until then, this is the Nasty One signing off. Have a wonderful day, evening, or afternoon, wherever you guys may be.